Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our March. We're not quite there yet. Sorry. February 24th, 2026, Madison County Fiscal Court meeting. This is a regular scheduled meeting here at our Madison County Courthouse Annex in our fiscal courtroom at 135 West Irvin Street here on the first floor. It's great that everybody's here today. Appreciate you being here. This time I'd like to call this meeting to order. Clerk Barger, if you will, please call the roll.
Master Combs?
Here.
Master Lockmuller?
Here.
Master Hughes?
Wee doggies.
Master Bacon?
Present.
Judge Taylor?
Here. At this time, I'd like to invite my friend Virgil Gardner up to lead us in a word of prayer from Pleasant Green Predestinarian Baptist Church. Appreciate you being here. And I have to say, Virg, last night I went to the model Berea district game and brought back a lot of memories of me and my BD.
Yes, sir. Brought back memories.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
because he was kind of upset last night because Louisville lost.
Oh, yeah, I bet he was. Appreciate you being here.
Appreciate y'all asking me. Let us go to the Lord in prayer. God, we thank you today and pray today and pray for guidance for Judge Executive Reagan and his staff and the magistrates and the Sheriff's Department and the Fire Department and all of our auxiliaries that are here today. God, we look to the hills from which cometh our help, because all of our help comes from you. God, we ask and pray, Lord, that today that you would save some lost soul and heal some broken heart. God, bring some family back together again. Bless the lost, the sick, the homeless, those in nursing homes, hospitals, and behind jail bars. Bless the leaders of our country, city, state, our soldiers. God bless our pastors and those that take the word of God out into this dying, sinful world to tell people that there is a reality in serving a true and living God. Because he's not dead, he's alive. He got up on that third and appointed day with all power in his hands. And he's got power to heal, power to save, and power to love that which is lost. So today, Lord, we ask and pray that you bless this meeting, that it be done decent and in order. And God will be thankful to give you all the praise, all the honor, and all the glory. And it's in your Son, Jesus' name, that we pray. And let all God's people say amen.
Amen. Amen.
If I wasn't a Baptist, I'd shout.
Thank you, Virg. Sheriff, if you will, lead us in the pledge.
Everyone, please stand and face our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Excellent prayer.
Yeah. Thank you all. Next is approval of our meeting minutes. Members of the court, y'all had a chance to look over those. It was our February the 10th regular scheduled fiscal court meeting. I need a motion and a second to approve, please.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? We have a motion and a second. Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Master Combs?
Yes.
Master Lockmuller?
Yes.
Master Hughes?
Yes.
Master Bacon?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes. Next is our treasurer's report. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning. As of January 31st, 2026, our total fund budget was $63,465,939.35. Our general fund revenues were 89.6%, expenditures were 23.23%. Road fund revenues, 48.52%, expenditures 52.35%. Jail fund revenues, 44.14%, expenditures 46.12%. LGEA fund revenues were 112.1%, expenditures 19.2%. Our EMA fund revenues, 88.28%, expenditures 14.63%. 911 revenues were 14.6%, expenditures 25.32%. And our health fund revenues were 65.5%, expenditures were 51.05%.
That's good.
I know it can change tomorrow, but it appears our health fund is really doing good this year.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is. And we need it to. Yeah. Yeah, we've had some close years here the past
Knock on
couple.
wood.
So, yep. Any questions for Sarah? All right, hearing none. Thanks, Sarah. Appreciate the update and the report. All right, first order of business today, we have a group here. It's always an annual event that we have here in our community that's bringing awareness for Hunger Awareness Month is coming up in March, and we have some of our nonprofits, some of our wonderful leaders here with us today, Laura Danley, Karen Lynn. And Karen, I'm sorry, I'm not sure who you're with.
Well, I'm just a member of the community
Yeah.
at this point.
Okay, but you just help volunteer, okay. Yeah,
Yes, I
that's
do.
good. We'll appreciate that. And Jennifer Brubaker with God's Outreach. And so if you all want to come up, and Justin, you're with the group too? Home Meals Delivery. So you're the, God rest her soul, you're the new Diane Ackerman. No, nobody can do that, yeah. Well, you're not as pretty as she is, I can tell you that, yeah. But if y'all want to come on up, and I'll read the proclamation, and y'all can tell us the upcoming events, and we'll go from there. Again, this is recognition of Hunger Awareness Month, whereas no person in Madison County, Kentucky should have to go hungry. And whereas 18.3 million American households, including 3.3 million with children, are constantly unable to get enough food to eat, according to the USDA's report on household food insecurity. And whereas hunger has adverse consequences for all Americans, in particular children and mothers. And whereas hunger impedes growth and development, and whereas hunger is a significant predictor of adverse health conditions. And whereas God's Outreach Community Food Bank, Richmond Food Bank at New Liberty Family Shelter, Home Meals Delivery, and Salvation Army of Madison County work daily to stomp out hunger in our community. And whereas local businesses, area churches, and schools, Eastern Kentucky University faculty, staff, and students, and local potters unite each year to donate various talents and resources to raise hunger awareness through the Madison County Empty Bowls Project. Now, therefore, I, Reagan Taylor, Madison County Judge Executive in the Madison County Fiscal Court, do hereby proclaim the month of March 2026 as Madison County Hunger Awareness Month, and urge all citizens to support efforts to end hunger in the County of Madison, the Commonwealth of Kentucky, the United States of America, and the world.
Thank you, Reagan.
Go ahead, Laura.
We're just reminding everybody, this year's our 27th year for Empty Bowls. It is Friday, March 20th at First Baptist Church. It is just because of the location and the facility they let us use their facility to hold this. This year it will be a minimum donation of $20. You get to pick out a beautiful pottery bowl, and we will have vegetable soup, no meat, in the soup, and our hoe cakes that I probably could just use those, and that would be all we would need, and a drink for a minimum $20. And we will have, again, quart and pint jars of soup, so if you want to take some home for the weekend, the quart jars will be $10 and the pint jars are $5, or if you have a shut-in neighbor or somebody you want to take some to, that's always a great thing to do. And as Reagan said, the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds, there's not a dime that is spent on this. It's all donated. The churches and community people will donate the cans to go in the soup, and we'll make the soup, and it's just, a lot of the other like Wendy's and Chick-fil-A and, Dairy Queen, there are so many people that just donate everything that is needed. It's such a wonderful community event, so. And Walmart does a gift card, so if there's supplies I need at the last minute, which there are, that we can run and get that. And another thing we had started last year, the new ceramics professor at EKU had a bowl-a-thon. And it's where a community member, you can just go to EKU, and it will be this Saturday at EKU in the ceramics department. And it's kind of called pinch pottery, you're not on the wheel. But you can make a bowl, and he will fire it and glaze it, and they will be donated for the Empty Bowls project. So that's kind of a new and fun. It was really fun last year to get to make your bowl, and then he brought them in on for the Empty Bowls project. So we just want to thank our EKU professor for starting this event so the community can participate again another way to help fight hunger here in Madison County. So it's 10 to 4, I think. Well, if you have any questions, Karen is so good about Facebook. There's a Madison County Empty Bowls Facebook page. So she'll keep everything going on that to keep everybody up to date. So thank you, Reagan.
Yeah, Laura, I would say this will be, how long does it take to do one of the bowls if you participate?
Well,
you
it
there
depends
for
on
10?
how
How good you are?
creative you want to be. It's like a mold, and he has the like a thing you put the mold over, and then he has all these different utensils out that you can make designs, and you put the feet on it. So it depends on how creative you want to be.
There were people making little flowers and
Yeah,
designing things
putting on it. So yeah, it is. It's really, and little ones, they really enjoyed it. So it's really a neat event.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good.
So
And it works like an open house. You can
Yeah, come and go.
anytime
Yeah.
during that time
Okay.
and go, so,
And,
yeah.
He'll have so many of those made up, so, once, I think we ran out last year, he
Yeah.
just started it a week ahead, and he was like, I don't know if you think we'll have anybody there. I said, there'll be people
Yeah,
there,
there'll be people
and
there.
he was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, yeah,
So
that's
people
good.
love
We
to
did
do
great
this.
picture.
Yeah, anybody else on the same thing? Good. All right.
No, just thank you all for supporting
Yes.
it. It's really important, that we keep the funds here in the community. That's really important to us, and that we help feed our hungry. But of course, we do think about hungry across the country as well.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
just want to say, Judge, that we want to just thank you all for your time and your talents. It's hard to believe in this day and age, and just simple fact that we live in the greatest nation in the world, and yet 3 million children are
Yes.
hungry today.
It is.
So thank you all.
Thank you. Let's do a
Okay.
picture.
Oh, we
Group
got
in
to do a
front of-
picture.
one
Yeah.
in front of everybody.
Did you like that? Did you like that?
I don't think.
I mean, but could you see that? Brighter, faces brighter? Yeah,
Yeah, I liked it. My wife had about a month.
yeah.
I'm good, are you?
She came on early.
Do what?
She's 6 years younger than me. I didn't think she'd have it this early, but
Absolutely.
when she wants it, she gonna get it.
Good. See, come in.
All right, good stuff. Thanks, everybody. Next is first reading of ordinance 2026-001. It's a land use change 165 and 167 Charlie Norris Road from UC 7 Agriculture to UC 4 General Business. Bert?
Good morning. An ordinance of the Madison County Fiscal Court, Kentucky, approving the zone change of 165 and 167 Charlie Norris Road, Richmond, Kentucky, and authorizing the amendment of the official zoning map of Madison County, Kentucky. Whereas the hereinafter described land is located in Madison County, Kentucky, and whereas the Madison County Planning Commission held a public hearing on Tuesday, February 17th, 2026, to consider a land use change request application from UC 7 Agriculture to UC 4 General Business. Upon presentation by the applicant and public comment and testimony, findings of fact were made by the Planning Commission as described in their summary of evidence, findings of fact, and recommendation to the fiscal court attached hereto and made a part hereof for all purposes. And you'll have a copy of those findings. Whereas the Madison County Planning Commission, upon hearing testimony, made a motion with unanimous consent to recommend to the Madison County Fiscal Court to approve the land use change request from UC 7 to UC 4. And whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court has reviewed said findings and recommendations of the Madison County Planning Commission, and being otherwise sufficiently advised, does hereby adopt the findings of fact made thereby. Now therefore be it ordained and enacted by the Fiscal Court of the County of Madison, Commonwealth of Kentucky, that the land use classification of the following described property be changed by this ordinance from UC 7 to UC 4 classification. Section 1 has a legal description of the property. Section 2, that the Madison County GIS Coordinator make the appropriate changes to the official zoning map of Madison County, Kentucky. Section 3, that this ordinance shall become effective on the date of the second reading and adoption.
Thank you, Bert. Members of the court, this is first reading, so there's not a vote for the first reading, but if there's any kind of questions or comments, any discussion that you all have.
You know, there's nothing wrong with this zone change. That Charlie Norris Road, at that stretch between Irvin Road 52 and Mobley Road, it's only 16 foot wide, even though it's a state road. It's difficult for 2 trucks to pass on that. You get down there at Union City, it's 19 foot wide. You know, it's got the stripe down the middle of it. And I brought it up before to Representative Wesley, and it's not on our short list, but it should probably get on our short list to widen that little stretch between 52 and Mobley Road with all the developments going on in there.
I don't know if he was just talking at the planning commission meeting, but the attorney that represented the applicant kind of hinted that the state was looking at widening that, that section of Charlie Norris, right where you're talking about, and it is narrow.
Yeah. There's a lot of businesses in there too, KU's in there.
Yeah, you all got the map. I mean, most of that area is being used for business from almost all the way to Moberly.
Right.
I think it's in I've been having some discussions about it, Billy Ray.
And KU has those
KU
big bucket
actually,
trucks. And,
KU's actually leading the charge on
KU's in
that.
the process of relocating a lot of their administrative facilities and some of their satellite offices and that kind of thing out to that location. So they may be pushing to get that widened in anticipation of doing that.
It's about 0.8 of a mile between Mobley Road
it's not far.
and 52. But I saw yesterday, a couple of trucks. It's hard for big trucks to pass on that.
I rubbed mirrors with somebody on that road myself. It knocked my side view mirror off.
Yeah.
It's narrow. It sure is.
Yeah.
But this, explain just a little bit too, just for anybody that's watching, this is an existing commercial type area that's been there for a long time.
Pre-existing non-conforming is the terminology we use. A lot of people call it grandfathered in.
Used to be a church in that.
There's been a church. It's 3 buildings now, and they're all occupied in some form or fashion. I always say it's been there forever, which I hate to use those superlatives like that, but it's been there as long as I can remember. It's been a commercial use. The current owner just wants to expand a little bit, maybe add another building, which in turn will get it cleaned up some. He'll have to put some landscaping buffers up. He'll have to deal with his detention and retention, which he's never had to do. So hopefully it'll be better than it is now, and especially if we can get that road widened, it'll be
there are those conversations going on. I had meetings with KU, also had conversations with Josh Bray. KU, I think, has been having some conversations with Josh Bray, so just know those conversations being had. Anyone else?
Are there any objections, Bert?
No, we didn't have anybody at the meeting at all.
Thank you.
For any citizen that would like to make public comment, please feel free to email the comment to comments@madisoncountyky.gov. A draft copy of this ordinance will be available on our website at www.madisoncountyky.gov under the Government tab, Transparency Public Notices. You can always call our office as well. It's 624-4700 extension 3, or anybody can call me if you have any questions, or get a hold of the Planning and Zoning Office, get a hold of Bert, or you can be back at our next meeting, which will be in a couple of weeks. I guess it'll be on March the 10th, will be the second reading.
We'll be in Berea, right?
Yeah, and we'll be in Berea.
Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Thank y'all.
All right, thanks. Thanks, Bert. Excuse me. Next, Resolution 2026-010 is Support House Bill 557. Jill.
Good morning. This is a resolution of the Madison County Fiscal Court urging the Kentucky General Assembly to pass House Bill 557. Whereas county governments across the Commonwealth of Kentucky has increased fund transfers to county jails by approximately 76% from fiscal year 2019 through 2025, diverting limited local resources from essential public services. And whereas county governments are required to house felony defendants for extended periods of time while cases await trial, often for months or years without reimbursement from the Commonwealth for individuals who later receive credit for time served, effectively shifting state incarceration costs to county governments. And whereas the Commonwealth currently reimburses county governments $35.34 per day for housing state prisoners, which is significantly below the statewide average cost of counties of $63.44 per day, forcing county taxpayers to subsidize a core state responsibility. And whereas House Bill 557, introduced by State Representative Michael Meredith of House District 18 on February 4, 2026, proposes meaningful reform to address the growing financial burden of jail operations on county governments and to rebalance the shared responsibility between the Commonwealth and counties. Whereas House Bill 557 would incentivize the creation or expansion of regional jail authorities to improve the economies of scale for operating jails by providing grants to county fiscal courts that create or join a regional jail authority. And whereas House Bill 557 would clarify the financial responsibility for the cost of detaining inmates charged with felony offenses prior to trial by requiring the Commonwealth to reimburse counties at a rate based on actual costs when a criminal defendant held in a county or regional jail pending trial is convicted of a felony and receives credit for time served. And whereas House Bill 557 would redefine the state inmate housing model by requiring the Commonwealth to contract with county fiscal courts and regional jail authorities to house state inmates in the county or regional jails and to reimburse the county or jail authority for the actual cost of housing those inmates. And whereas House Bill 557 would strengthen jail accountability by requiring inmate programming and daily medical professional presence in the jail and limiting the transfer of state inmates between facilities without prior approval of the Commonwealth. And whereas House Bill 557 is a legislative priority for the Kentucky Association of Counties, is supported by the Kentucky Judge Executive Association, the Kentucky Magistrates and Commissioners Association, and the Kentucky Jailers Association. Now therefore be it resolved by the Madison County Fiscal Court that the fiscal court recognizes the urgent financial challenges associated with operating county jails and housing inmates and commends State Representative Michael Meredith for his leadership in addressing the issue. That the fiscal court respectfully urges Kentucky House of Representatives Josh Bray, Deanna Gordon, Timmy Truitt, and Bill Wesley, representing parts of Madison County, to co-sponsor House Bill 557 and support its passage during the 2026 regular session. That the fiscal court respectfully urges the Kentucky General Assembly to pass House Bill 557 during the session. And the Madison County Clerk is directed to transmit a copy of this resolution to members of the Kentucky House of Representatives and the Kentucky State Senate representing Madison County.
Motion approved resolution 2026-010, Judge.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
This is a good bill, Judge. We, all of us, everybody that's sitting up here, we've all talked to our legislators about this. We've talked to Senator Carpenter about this. You know, we're not sure what the exact form of it will get out, but we're sure something's going to happen about it. It's way overdue. You know, we've talked about this for going on 12 years now. I'm glad to see something that's finally happened about it, and I hope that it stays intact as much as it can for all of us, not just here in Madison County, but across the state.
Judge, I got just a couple comments. One, I agree with what Tom's saying as far as the need, the desire, and the will of the counties that we need the legislature to pay attention, and they have, because this is the mandate that comes down to us. I think the other thing I'd just like to mention is this is not going to go away. This is a need. This is not a want. I've heard the legislature several times saying, sometimes we fund needs and sometimes we fund wants. Well, this is an absolute need all across the Commonwealth, and they need to do something with it. And I do feel like they will, if not all, a portion. But I do want them to know how important it is, because Madison County's, to some extent, more fortunate than some of the other counties are. And we got to think about this one when we think about the whole Commonwealth. And so I hope that our legislators and the leadership of the Senate, as well as the House, will do something on this, because it's long overdue. Thank you.
Yeah, would agree. Anyone else?
I just want to thank Representative Meredith for taking the leadership and doing this. And, you know, we do have some of our state reps have already co-sponsored it. I want to thank them for co-sponsoring this. This is a step in the right direction. It doesn't fix the whole problem, but it's a start, and we've not had a start. So I think going back to 1984, they had a jail task force, and nothing's never moved. And so we're thankful and hopeful that this will have some positive traction and make a difference, because this ultimately holds Madison County back. I mean, all our taxpayers. And it's unfortunate that it's not a equitable cost to us as a county. The state is just not paying their share. And so we're thankful for this bill, and hopefully we'll have some positive from this, and it will stay, like Tom said, intact as it goes through.
I want to share, I don't want to leave CAECO out. Our Kentucky Association of Counties appreciate the leadership of our Executive Director, Jim Henderson, Shelley Hampton, which is overall of our advocacy. Man, we have a fantastic team that's been working this really hard, but it's a little bit alarming. To Tom's point, we've been sort of fighting this fight since we came in 2015 together. But the general fund subsidies across the state have gone up 76% in the past 2019, it was $96.5 million that general fund, counties, fiscal courts, general funds were subsidizing jails. In 2025, it was $170 million. So the subsidy has gone up in what the general funds are having to subsidize the jail funds. Ours alone's right at $4 million. I say this a lot when I speak to folks. 11 years ago, we didn't have medical in the jail. Fast forward 11 years, it's right at $1 million for us to provide medical services to individuals that are incarcerated. And so things have continued to go up. And also, the majority of individuals, I would even say all the individuals, they're not in jail because they broke a county ordinance. They're in jail because they're arrested on a state charge. It's a state law charge. And so I would agree with all of y'all's comments that something's got to be done. We cannot continue to subsidize this state issue. And so I think that's what this bill is all about, is helping us and the state paying for their share, if not more.
Just thank you for thanking CAECO, because I think it shows the importance of this bill that, CAECO represents all county officials. They don't just represent fiscal courts. Mm-hmm. But this is their number one priority, to say, of all the priorities, whether it be clerks, sheriffs, PVAs, fiscal courts, jailers, whatever, this is the number one priority. This is our number one target that we want to get fixed. So I think that shows the importance of this bill, and encourage the public to call your state rep, call your senator, and tell them to support, House Bill 557. They need to hear that. They need to be reminded that, $4 million will pave a lot of roads. It will give, a lot of things to the county that a lot of the people in this county want. But as long as we're mandated to pay for these expenses, we have no choice. And so this is very important.
Judge, I just wanted to mention that currently Representative Deanna Gordon and Representative Timmy Truitt have signed on as co-sponsors. I know that there's one race that obviously Bill Wesley is leaving his area, so I haven't seen anything on that. But I also want to say that Representative Josh Bray mentioned to us when we were talking to him, he'd like to, but he's on the Budget and Revenue Committee, so he has to be very careful about what he endorses and not endorses. So he mentioned to us that he wasn't going to be able to be a co-sponsor, but he told us, he committed to us that he was going to do everything he could to take a very hard look at this and try to support the bill. But I respect that when somebody's up front with you about things, and Josh is really good about that. So I do think we're getting support, and I think Senator Carpenter will support it.
Yeah, I actually just sent a quick text to Jim Henderson, our Executive Director, seeing how many co-sponsors as of today. I think to your all's point, I think the legislature does know the importance of it because I think last week I'd gotten about 44 co-sponsors, and I don't know if that's grown since last week or not. He's not responded yet, but But having 44 co-sponsors already on that bill, I think shows the importance across the Commonwealth of, they know there's an issue, and so sponsoring that will sure help things. So, to Brian's point, any citizen, I mean, let the legislator know. I mean, we need, all boots on deck to be able to get this through.
I think there is some confusion too about this bill that some counties have about being mandated to be forced into a regional, and that's not the case. I mean, it's a tool, right? I mean, we never want to take a tool out of the toolbox that we can use, whether we use it or not. You know, it's available. So it gives them the option. It still gives local control to counties whether they want to participate or not. But it's, you know, again, it's a tool that counties can use if they want to and be incentivized to form regional jails. And so, you know, it may not even be an option for Madison County, but it's a tool that we can use. So we're thankful, you know, that we have that option.
And I think too, to that point, I heard a comment last week, I think it was, of a little bit of concern about counties that are already participating in regional jails, but I think it gives them incentives too. Mm-hmm. So you're not really taking anything away, or somebody that's kind of ahead of the curve and have already done a regional jail based on their situation. There's some incentives for them as well for it. So.
That's a great point, because it really restructures the regional jail model. It doesn't take it away, or it doesn't force anyone into that, but just restructures the parameters to make it more viable for communities where that's the best fit.
You know, we talk about a lot in conversations about duplication of services, and there are a lot of services duplicated in government that can be cut out. I think this is just one of them. You know. So. Anyone else? All right. Hearing none, we do have a motion and a second. Clerk Barger. So call the roll.
Master Combs?
Yes.
Master Lockmiller?
Yes.
Master Hughes?
Yes.
Master Bachman?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes. Next, Resolution 2026-011. This is a Hazard Mitigation Grant Program Project Second Amended Agreement. Chief.
Resolution 2026-011, a resolution to approve a second amended agreement between John Wade of 12 Perkins Ashcraft Road, Richmond, Kentucky, and the Madison County Fiscal Court in connection with the Hazard Mitigation Grant Program project, as set forth in Resolution 2024-41 and amending the same. Whereas the assistance of Madison County Emergency Management Agency, Mr. John Wade of 12 Perkins Ashcraft Road, Richmond, Kentucky. Mr. Wade is applying for a grant with the Federal Emergency Management Agency, hereinafter referred to as FEMA, to raise his home above the floodplain level, hereinafter referred to as the project, as set forth in Resolution 2024-41, passed on May the 14th, 2024. And whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court County has certain responsibilities in connection with the said grant, as set forth in Resolution 2024-41 regarding the payment of the grant funds in connection with the project. And whereas at the time of the passage of Resolution 2024-41, the parties contemplated that the grant would be administered as a reimbursement grant, under which Mr. Wade would be required to make payment of all incurred expenses and would be reimbursed for same upon submitting proof of incurred approval expenses. Whereas the Kentucky Division of Emergency Management, KYM, has now advised the county is required to make payment of costs related to the project prior to receiving grant funds to reimburse county for same. And whereas Mr. Wade has agreed to be personally responsible to the county for any cost or expenses incurred by the county and not reimbursed by grant funds, and to pay any incidental costs which are not considered allowable costs as part of the grant. And whereas the county shall be reimbursed by FEMA, the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and Mr. Wade is set forth herein for the funds expected on the project. And whereas Mr. Wade shall comply with all applicable state, federal, and local laws in procuring all materials and services in connection with the project, and to hold the county harmless with regards to any violation of same, as well as any liability in connection with the completion of the project. And whereas the requested funds for this project are not expected to exceed $197,803. However, this amount may increase or decrease as the development of the project proceeds. And whereas the parties agree that the terms of the attached second amendment will further be interest to both Mr. Wade and the county, and whereas all terms adopted by Resolution 2024-41, not otherwise modified herein, shall remain in full force and effect. Now therefore, it be resolved that the fiscal court does hereby approve this resolution to amend Resolution 2024-41 and authorize the judge executive and/or his designee to execute the attached second amendment agreement on behalf of the county.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
That was a long one.
It was.
Mouthful there, yeah. Members of the court, you've heard Resolution 2026-011. What's the pleasure of the court?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll.
Master Lockmuller?
Yes.
Master Hughes?
Yes.
Master Buckus?
Yes.
Master Combs?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. Appreciate y'all's due diligence on that project. I know that it's been a long project, but hopefully we'll get through it. All right. Next is Resolution 2026-012. This is Kentucky 911 Services Board grant application. Chris, good morning.
Good morning. A resolution for application and administration of the 2026-2027 Kentucky 911 Services Board grant. Whereas the Kentucky 911 Service Board allows units of local government to apply for grant funding to be used to provide upgrades to 911 services. Whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court, Kentucky desires to make an application for these 2026-2027 Kentucky 911 Services grant funds for enhancements to facility and technology equipment. And whereas these grant funds must be expended during the grant period beginning July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027. And whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court is requesting Kentucky 911 Services grant funds in the amount which will be specified in the grant applications that are currently being prepared for submittal. And whereas there is a 10% local match where it can be in kind or cash. Now therefore be resolved this 24th day of February 2026 by Madison County, Kentucky, that the judge executive and/or his designee is hereby authorized to make application for these funds, and if the applications are successful, to enter into agreements with the Kentucky 911 Services Board to administer these grant funds, to execute any documents which are deemed necessary, to facilitate and administer the award, and to act as the authorized correspondent for the above referenced project.
You even slowed down, you're still fast, all right?
I tried, Billy Ray, just for you.
You took her out of overdrive.
The speaker, something's feeding back. It's really weird. Yeah. Wish I said
All right.
something.
Thank you, Chris. Members of the court, you've heard Resolution 2026-012. Have a motion?
Second.
Have a second? Any discussion?
Chris, is this the portion of like cell phone fee that,
Absolutely.
yeah, so that's where everybody's cell phone fee goes, is to this board?
Yep, so that gets split up and then it's put back out in grants. It was $2.2 million last year was awarded out of that. We received $138,000 and some change, which was the highest allotment. One other county had the same amount. So we got a pretty good portion of that back, and it actually paid for the CAT upgrade that we were going through currently. So good use of the funds for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good point. If we don't apply, they just go somewhere else. So.
Right. Yeah. All right. Anyone else? Hearing none, call the roll.
Master Hughes?
Yes.
Master Buckus?
Yes.
Master Combs?
Yes.
Master Lockmuller?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes. Thanks,
Thank you.
Chris. Next, Resolution 2026-013 is a professional planning services agreement for a comprehensive plan update. Bert,
Good morning again.
good morning.
This is a resolution of the Madison County Fiscal Court relating to the approval of a professional planning services agreement for the Madison County Comprehensive Plan Update. Whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court, and Taylor Schiffer Williams Design Group, LLC, TSWDG, desire to enter into a professional planning services agreement, the agreement for the Comprehensive Plan Update, the project, to support the Fiscal Court's goals and initiatives for the project. And whereas the Fiscal Court has been pleased with the services TSWDG has provided within our organization, as well as their work with professional planning services of other local government agencies, including the City of Richmond. Now therefore be it resolved that the Fiscal Court does hereby approve this resolution as follows. That the Fiscal Court hereby approves entering into said agreement for the Madison County Comprehensive Plan Update with TSWDG, that the County Judge Executive is authorized to negotiate, execute, and deliver said agreement and any related documents on behalf of Madison County, and that the compensation for such services shall be paid from the approved Fiscal Court budget in accordance with the terms of said agreement.
Thank you, Bert. Members of the court, you've heard Resolution 2026-013. Can I have a motion and a second to approve, please?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Judge, this, we're starting on the comprehensive plan, and, we've heard this for 4 years. We heard it for 4 years before. We heard it for 4 years before that. So I want you to hear this. Now is your time. This process is going to be starting up here pretty soon. The first 4 steps, or at least the first 2 of the first 4 steps, and the task portion of it are for input from the public. Don't pass up your opportunity to put input on that and then 3 years from now complain about it. Now's your time. Let your voice be heard. Tell us what you want. Help us point. It's going to be based off of the 2021 comprehensive plan. So now's the time. We need your input. Everybody up here tell you, we need your input. Please be part of it. I know everybody's busy and life's busy because you're paying the rent, and the car payments, and keeping the lights on and everything else. But now is your time. Please speak up.
Bert, you want to talk a little bit about how we sort of foresee the process? I know in their proposal, we talked about,
so
doing surveys
this-
and community input, having a,
Yeah, so let's just so everybody's clear, there's a difference between what's statutorily required and what we intend to do. So by statute, you're required to review the goals and objectives every 5 years. That's all you have to do. That's not what we did last time. We did a complete overhaul, a complete rewrite of the whole plan.
because it hadn't been done.
It hadn't been done in 20 years, right? So we could come in here and read the goals and objectives and everybody sign off of them and say they're good, which I do encourage you, if y'all haven't read them, to read them and let me know any concerns that you've got. But we could do that and walk away, but we're not doing that. We're as you can see by this agreement, we do want the public's input. We are asking for, as Tom said, we want people to reach out to us. There'll be surveys that are sent out. There'll be social media posts that are out. There'll be opportunities for the public to engage, whether they can come to the meetings or not. But there'll be public meeting too. There'll be a workshop for people to be able to come in and just bounce ideas off of the TSW and off of us and our group that's going to be working on this. We want the public to have that opportunity, and as you can see by the schedule of what they're proposing and what we're approving here today, that's what we're going to do.
And then also, we talked just a little bit about the process of the approval of it. This enacts the planning commission. They recommend.
It's a long process, but we're going to start with the what we have now, what maybe some ideas we have to tweak that or change it, or we'll update our census numbers, we'll update our maps, we'll update relevant information that's outdated. It has been 5 years. And then the Planning Commission will have a public hearing. This is in addition to our public workshops and our public opportunity for the public to speak, but the Planning Commission is also required to have a public hearing to adopt the plan. And then the goals and objectives will be brought back to the fiscal court later this year to vote on those. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Anyone else? We do have a motion second to approve Resolution 2026-013. Hearing nothing else, Clerk Barger, call the roll.
Master Buchan?
Yes.
Master Combs?
Yes.
Master Lockmuller?
Yes.
Master Hughes?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes.
Thank y'all.
Thanks, Bert. Appreciate it. Next is personnel. Jessica, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I would like to request you all to approve your hiring recommendations in your court packet.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion second to approve the hiring recommendations that are in the packet. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll.
Master Combs?
Yes.
Master Lockmuller?
Yes.
Master Hughes?
Yes.
Master Buchan?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes. Thank you,
Thank you.
Jessica. Appreciate it. Next is judge's report. We'll make an announcement. I just got the text back that, which Jill had looked it up, and then also Shelley just texted me that there's 49 at this moment of co-sponsors for the House Bill 557. So a little more than what that was presented last week. So that's
Less than half. There's 100 in it.
yeah, one less than half. So, yep. So hopefully they'll continue to keep coming in. So we'll get as many co-sponsors as I'd love if there's 100, but I doubt that's realistic.
49 is. I don't know how strong that is.
Yeah. Judge's report. Just a few announcements here. Is citizen shout out to Kim Kenser. Kim wrote an email to us, and I'm just going to read it. I think that's probably the most appropriate way to do it. But it says, I'm writing to express my sincere appreciation for the outstanding job the county's snow removal staff did clearing the roads after the recent snow and ice storm. Having been born and raised in Lexington, Kentucky, and having lived in North Carolina for 8 years, I can honestly say that Madison County is by far the best when it comes to clearing roads during winter weather. When I first moved here nearly 21 years ago, I was astounded by how quickly the county responded to winter storms. I was especially impressed that my neighborhood roads seemed to be treated with the same level of importance as other county roads in Richmond. In all these years, I have never once had to worry about dangerous road conditions in the Hillcrest neighborhood. That kind of consistency and reliability speaks volumes about the leadership of the county and the dedication of the staff responsible for maintaining our streets and roads. Please extend my heartfelt thanks to everyone involved for another job exceptionally well done. I frequently brag to friends in surrounding Kentucky cities and counties about the amazing work you all do, and it is always well deserved. So that's a nice comment. Shout out to all folks, not just our road department, but our first responders that all jump in and help in those times. So thanks to Kim Kinzer for that nice comment.
Judge, you know, Kim personally went out and put it in black and white, which I find very encouraging and honorable for her to do so. But I'm sure you can ask pretty much anybody on the court today. I mean, person after person has just said, boy, you all did a great job. And it's not us.
Yeah.
It's our road department and the people that work with them. They get all the accolades.
Yeah.
And just proud to be a small part of government and work with people like the road department that did the job that they did.
Yeah. Here. This week also we celebrate FFA week is this week from February 21st through the 28th. Please take a moment to show your support for the future Farmers of America students at Madison Central, Madison Southern High School. We had a great opportunity yesterday to spend a little time with some of the FFA members in reading a proclamation. Hopefully people have seen that on social media, on our Facebook page and on theirs. I think they've shared it as well. So what a bright future we have with those young people that were down there, down there yesterday morning and here yesterday afternoon. So appreciate their interest in asking us to do a proclamation for them. The 44th District High School basketball tournament began last night. Actually was there, got to see the Model Patriots and Berea Pirates play last night. It was a good game. We'll continue through February the 26th, beginning at 6:30 p.m. at East Kentucky University Alumni Coliseum. Tonight, Southern and Central play. I think the girls are at 6:30 and the boys game is at 8 o'clock. And then on Thursday night, I think it'll be the same. Please go out and support these young athletes during this exciting time. Also, visit our website at www.madisoncountyky.gov/community events to see a list of some of the events happening throughout our community. If you do have an event, remember you can post your event on our calendar there on that page to feature your event by just simply clicking Submit an Event. Hit that button and then complete the form, and it'll post it. And please share that out in the community so that people realize that that's there to benefit different groups. One other thing I wanted to bring up today, I think sometimes in society today, especially with social media, things can be so critical and so negative. And I say a lot when I go out and speak to different groups that I wish that citizens could see how hard that we all, as elected officials and our employees, work for the citizens of Madison County. And so sometimes our perspective at a local level is not the same as an outside perspective because we're not outside sometimes looking in. And so this was an email that Susie in our it's in charge of occupational tax business license got from a person. And I just want to read it. It says, "Good morning. I worked in Berea and Richmond for many years, and now I work in Winchester. I've prepared payroll and net profit returns in many different local jurisdictions, including Lexington, and Madison County has by far the best online system. I've been trying to get the city of Winchester to get an online reporting system, and I've mentioned Madison County's is a good option to look into. I've been asked to see if I can get the name of the company that supports your online portal or a contact number. Is that something you can get for me? I know this is a strange request, but I'm trying to make my life easier. I know your online portal has changed some over the years, so you may have dealt with different vendors, but if you could tell me who you work with now, I would greatly appreciate it. She goes on to say, if you want to call to verify this is not a scam, which I thought was funny, my office number is this and my cell number is that. Those types of emails, those types of communications it makes my heart smile. Knowing how much we as a fiscal court have put in over the years to technology and trying to improve our systems and trying to make our processes a lot easier for our business community, our citizens. And I think this is just a testament to what sometimes we take for granted and the things that we're doing. And I don't know if Chris, Chris, you want to come up? Or out, I guess. Well, he does have to come up. There is a ramp. Yeah. Yeah, there is a ramp that comes up, so you do have to come up.
Have a cheering
no attention
section
to
in
the
the
man
back.
behind
That's
the
awesome.
Yeah. So, Chris, why don't you just, that obviously is a great, very kind words of the things that we're doing. Can you just sort of give a little bit of update real quick on, our tracks
Absolutely.
umbrella?
I like to talk.
Yeah. So talk to us about that. I think you actually have
Yeah, I responded
to her.
Yeah, it's funny to say a vendor that we work with and it's yourself. It's kind of encouraging. The collaboration is something that is really important because at the end of the day, we're all fighting the same struggles, and then we all often find ourselves off into la-la land wasting money. So building this platform, and we've been fortunate enough that Shelby County was one of the first ones to kind of buy into the whole platform. The things that we learn from them on a daily basis from the GOAT, Sheila McGee, there she is back there. Sheila McGee is one of the trusted treasurers in the state. She took our platform and wanted to adopt it, and she's been working with us to make it better. So every time we're working with other counties or cities to help them, we on the back end are learning, right? Not only is it a funding mechanism for us, we get some revenue back in to pay for new tools and to do new things, but we really learn a lot from other counties. And that benefit of helping them goes a long way. Perry County does the tractor tracking with us. They just called the other day and said, we heard you use that financial software that we have, and you email your pay stubs to employees. We can't figure out how to do it. How do you do it? Well, we have a tool, right? So I guess the most important thing is we all fight the same battles, and I say this at the State Association of IT people too. Every day we all go to work and we're fighting the same fight. You got to have a group of people to work together. So hearing that feedback is really important to us because you only hear the bad stuff from day to day about, well, I pushed this button and it makes me push it 4 times, all the negative stuff. We work with Kenny's office really well. We built them an election system that nobody else has, and working with their staff to kind of develop that, that'll probably be something that gets sold down the road too as soon as we get it perfected. We've got a system that Tim pays for that does all the checking of all the equipment on the fire trucks. It's something we've built and made better. We can get rid of that one. It reduces that expense. So every day we're building something new and just trying to make it better. And we're really glad that she reached out and, like Steve said, put it on paper and said thanks. And it's encouraging to see that kind of feedback.
Yeah. Thanks. Appreciate it, Chris.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
All right, that's the end of my report. Comments from magistrates. Tom?
Just a couple of things, Judge, to kind of feed into what you were just talking about there. Our snow removal and those things that happen today are a direct result of decisions that were made years ago. We as a court, I don't remember the exact year, but years ago, we decided to use our LGA funds to finance new snow trucks. And we've got a fleet of them down there. I think we're probably on one of the only counties, and we've probably got better road equipment than the state does, just to be honest with you. But that was a decision that was made, and that's paying off today. And we see that over and over and over. To go along with that, and, we've thanked everybody before. I thank the road department. I thank them every single day, not just in, being here on the microphone, but also our sheriff's department. The sheriff's department in the last snowstorm, they provided rides to anybody that needed one. our fire department back there, Chief, you've done an excellent job in helping out people that had to go and needed to go, and you've done a great job with that, and our community appreciates that, and they appreciate you all, whether they pat you on the back or not, they appreciate that. The road department is out pothole patching now. I've gotten several calls, I'm sure we all have, but I've gotten calls that places that need patching, and they'll be taking care of that as they get down the work order list. The state also, I talked to Brandon this morning, they are also out patching holes, so, just be aware of those trucks that are out and those people are out, and give them some space. Also, as far as the state goes, just want to let everybody know that they have scheduled work for shoulders from February the 25th through February the 27th from 9 to 3, and that's going to be from exit 99 to 104 on the north and southbound shoulders. So just be aware of those. They're not supposed to impede traffic or block traffic, but be aware those folks are out there and give them plenty of room. And we want them to go home safe, and we want them to go home alive. Glad to see some of our candidates here today. Mr. Winkler, it's good to see you, buddy. And I point that out just for one thing, and that is that, starting, maybe it's already started in some cases, but from here forward, good weather's going to be coming, sunshine's going to be coming out, and everybody that's running for public office is going to be out knocking on doors. And, I thank Jesus, I don't have to do that this time. But I'll tell you what my experience is a lot of times when you're doing that, you're out going down a highway with a list in one hand, trying to watch the road in the other hand, and you're looking for mailboxes, and there's a lot going on there. And so, if you see I'm running for public office on the side there, you might ought to give them just a little bit of room because they may make a quick turn somewhere. I'm just saying. So just be aware of folks out knocking on doors, and, please be courteous and kind to those folks. Let's see, Judge, one more thing I had was, the most important thing. If anybody needs me, they can reach me at 200-9765.
Thanks, Tom. Brian?
Just want to express my gratitude for all the county employees and department heads, and that you guys make this job worthwhile, and it's the best part of being a magistrate. It's to get to work with all the county employees and department heads. You all do an amazing job, and we appreciate it very much. Other than that, Judge, I'm just glad to be here.
Yeah, glad you're here, buddy. Steve?
Judge, I'm good. I just appreciate everybody putting up with me with my shades. I had some eye surgery, so for those that don't know why, I'm not trying to be cool, Billy Ray. I had some eye surgery, so thank you for putting up with me.
Instead of Stevie Lockmuller, you're Stevie Wonder, right? Yeah. Billy Ray?
I remember at our last convention was at Lexington, I think it was the judge executive from Warren County that talked about this AI project they had on their comprehensive plan. And I want to mention that to you, Bert. I don't know who you talked to down there, but evidently they got a tremendous amount of public input. They called it, like the largest virtual town hall in the state or something, and it thousands, tens of thousands of inputs, and they used AI to sort this material out. And it sounded very fascinating, and they didn't really get deep into it, but it looked like we're a big county, they're a big. It looked like it'd be something to be worth looking into, so I wanted to mention that to you. The other thing I want to mention is this Saturday is the Pottery Festival out at the Waco School. Pottery it's got a big part of our history here in Madison County, and Speedy Denny seems to have his finger into some historical things like the Millstone Festival, but he's kind of the daddy of this Pottery Festival out at the Waco School. But you can go out there and you'll see some of the finest pottery that come out of Waco and Bobby, and you can buy some. But it's very fascinating, and that'll be this Saturday from 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock out at the Waco School. So go out.
Is it in the gymnasium?
In the gymnasium. Go out and you'll see some mighty fine pottery.
Yep.
That's all I got.
All right. Counselor, you good? Kenny?
Don't
Anything?
let me
Sheriff, you good? All right. Comments from department heads. Chief? Think you gonna? Well, it doesn't matter. Ladies first.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
I would, we'd be remiss if we did not recognize the Kids Mall Madness. Phyllis Adams could not be here today, but just to let the court and anyone who may be watching know, we have started kind of looking at how we do our proclamations in order to get each of those organizations and agencies or kids groups or whatever, a little bit more recognition and promotion for the outstanding work or things that they do. And so one of those is going to be our children's champions. So usually, frequently they'll come to court and we'll do a proclamation. But we have noticed that you get a lot more mileage and I guess I'd say marketing value when you actually recognize them outside of the fiscal court meeting, so it doesn't get lost in all of the other
Business we're doing, yeah.
business that you're conducting. So I say that only to say we'll be doing that for the Children's Champion event coming up in the next few weeks. But we do have the Kids Mall Madness 2026, which is a promotion event with Children's Champion coming up on Saturday, March the 7th, and it will be at the Richmond Mall. That'll be the old Richmond Mall, as we like to refer to it, on the 830 Eastern Bypass, and it'll be from 10 a.m. to 12:30. There will be a petting zoo and fire safety events, and I think from time to time, even our fire department will be there doing some events in fire safety. There's music, face painting, all the festivities that make your kiddos want to go and learn a little bit more about being safe and how to be a great children's champion. So on behalf of that organization, we want to make sure and recognize them. They do have some other things going on throughout the month, and so we will obviously include this on our website as well, and all the events they have going on that really promote that great children's organization.
Good, thank you, Jill. Appreciate the update.
I may not have been Phyllis, but I...
Chief?
Yeah, I just wanted to, I've worked with Chris and his team. Magistrate Hughes had asked a few weeks or months ago about having kind of a heat map of where we make our calls. So we went back of what I've reported to the fiscal court every fall. The last 3 years, we've got 23, 24, and 25, and the dots just represent of where we've made calls through our 911 CAD system. Chris's team with 911's team has downloaded those. And the lighter the colors, the quicker response, the darker the colors, the longer time it takes to get there.
Now, is this the data, can we get to that from,
I think Chris is going to have it available on the website and can send it to you also that you can pull it up and look at it.
yeah, because there's a lot there to
Yep.
absorb, yeah.
Can you point, Chief, can you kind of point out, just because obviously we are familiar with the map and where things are, can you kind of point out like our stations?
Yeah, Chris, can you turn on to show where Station 1 and Station 2 is actually on the map? But right in this area, general area would be where Station 1 is located. Station 2 would be right in this area, the 25, 421 split.
How far apart are those two stations, do you know? 5? Huh?
About 6 miles, I think, the way a crow would fly. Road miles, take or give a little more.
Yeah.
But depending which direction you travel on the road.
There's a lot of stuff on there.
Which you always know where the depot is. You know, you can kind of see it there, so that gives you.
Yeah.
And then the EKU bypass, Robert Martin, and the interstate kind of give you a circle effect, so kind of know where our Keeneland
We
Drive
don't
is.
respond much in the city, do we?
We don't. We do some, but not a lot.
Yeah.
And that just goes back to show our mutual aid and automatic aids that we have with the cities of Richmond and Berea.
And some of those areas too, you know, just, you're probably your average citizen, when you think about like, Hillcrest, there's, Hillcrest is county, but there's a few city streets in there as well,
Yeah.
so So, that, you see a dot in Hillcrest, somebody would think that's city, but it's really not. It's still county.
Correct.
I think Chief, you told me that, Tate's Creek and Goggins.
Yeah, the
Is-
intersection of
is-
Tates Creek and
is like
Goggins
a
is
county.
county if there's an accident there or anything goes on. And it depends how the call comes in across Goggins, even US 25 South. We actually may meet Richmond Fire Department because wherever that call come in the call type, the address that they give may be a city property. So Richmond Fire is called to that, and we may be called up close to the Fort Estill Bridge there at Madison Grocery, or that it's a county property that we get called, just depending on wherever that mile marker or that ping comes in from is depending who responds.
I think the fact that you don't respond to calls in the city proves the point that we don't need a fire station in the city limits.
Correct.
That's kind of stupid to say that. The city's in the county.
So the city doesn't have a fire
The
department?
city's in the county.
The city doesn't have a fire department?
I'm just telling you, don't say it.
If you're going to speak, you need to come up here so we can hear you. Happy to hear you, just I couldn't.
But that's all I've got. If you got any questions or anything, let me know. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And any interaction that you all want with this, feel free to get with Chris and he can.
Dig into it.
And
And
I
he
want to
can-
give special thanks to Chris's team, our 911 staff, and Jill for all helping us all get this done, working on it, so.
Yeah. That's good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Any other department heads? All right. Mary, you want to come up? Thanks for being here.
No problem. I had if I could just make an observation, it's not a criticism, but when everybody's reading the resolutions.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Mary, just tell us who you are for the
Oh,
record.
sorry,
Yeah.
Mary McMahon.
Yeah.
Can you pull your mic down just a little bit?
Okay,
Thank
is that
you.
better?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Mary McMahon. Just kind of an observation that might help the people watching as well as the people here. I know you all are familiar with these resolutions and numbers and this and that and the other, but the quicker you talk when it's brand new to somebody, the harder it is. So if maybe people could slow down a little bit. It's just my observation. But I had a question. A couple weeks ago, I believe it was February 12th, Mr. Lockmuller, you made a post about fake news and AI centers and things like that. And a question had come back, and I didn't really see a response to it. But really, the question is not whether you had any inquiries, but whether you'll entertain inquiries when they inevitably come. So what measures are the current members of the fiscal court taking to protect, sorry, I lost my place there, trying to take to protect Madison County from future data centers? Do you have a plan on what you're going to do when approached?
That comment came from somebody making a
Sure.
statement that there was a data center coming here, or that there was potentially a data center coming here. I checked with the authorities, inclusive of all the county officials, the judge, planning and zoning, deputy judge. I wanted to make sure because I was not aware of any data center coming here. So I wanted to be able to at least respond back to, you can't believe everything on social media. In fact, I don't respond very
Absolutely.
often to social media, but I do feel like there are times when something like this comes up that stirs up the public that needs to be brought down to reality in the fact that the county, at least as far as I'm concerned at this time, we have never been proposed, we haven't been asked to look at, we haven't heard of anything that I'm aware of about any data centers coming to Madison County. Now, the reason I say that is because you're very well aware that other counties have.
Yes.
And there's been a lot of disruption and a lot of people that are upset about that, and landfills and every other thing. But I just wanted to make sure the public knew that whoever put that out, and I don't even know who it was, I'd have to go back and look at it, that it was not true, that we have not, there's nothing on the books at this time about any data center having any discussions with the Madison County, Kentucky for location.
I understand that, but our question is, when you are approached about a data center, and Billy Ray, did I hear you say that you were talking about data centers in Warren County, or AI in Warren County, I'm sorry.
It was, there was an AI program that was used to.
That's what okay.
Yeah.
I was concerned that maybe you were promoting it. So what does the court have in mind to do when you're approached for land in Madison County to build a data center?
Bert, I don't know if you want to come up and kind of speak on behalf of this. She's asking, what is our approach when we get asked about data centers in here or coming to Madison County, and you can maybe speak on behalf of where data centers are as far as in our, I guess, our regulations, land use regs.
Yeah, well, it doesn't specifically address data centers. It does address industrial uses in Madison County, which would be my opinion. That's the type of use that would be. Madison County has, obviously we have countywide zoning, very, very limited commercial zoning, and even less of an industrial footprint. There's just not land that's available for that kind of use. So it would require a zone change. It would require immense infrastructure, water, sewer, roads, and there's not many places in the county that are suited for that. So it would be a heavy lift for somebody to try to put one of those here. Yeah, that's where I'm at on it.
Yeah. Mary, me personally, I'm not a big fan of them. I think that they're a drain on resources. They don't give a great benefit financially back to our community. You know, conversations that I've heard others have in other communities is they'll tout, you know, obviously the initial revenue coming in, which is more construction jobs, but I don't ever really look at any kind of project as construction jobs as being, you know, this huge financial gain for our community, just because they're temporary. They're not permanent. I think for us, I don't know that we really had to deal with this yet because we haven't really had people really coming that I know of to ask about data centers. And so I think too right now is a good opportunity going into our comprehensive plan. If there's something that Planning Commission and the Fiscal Court sees necessary to maybe spell that out, I think that's something that we could look into.
We would greatly encourage that if you could put in, I'm not sure if they're called resolutions or what exactly the wording would be, but you know, the parameters, and look at what some of these other counties are struggling with. Mason County, for instance. You know, I've seen, there was just a report on the news last night. There's data centers in every state, you know. But the long-term detriment to our land, the, you know, wildlife, the people that have to live around it, that kind of thing, is extremely concerning. And I'm sure the majority, if not all, of Madison County would not want that here, you know, taking up another however many 500, 800 acres of our farmland to do that. So that's.
Now, and I'll say this just in all transparency, so you know, there were several years ago discussions of potential data centers like being at the Bluegrass Army Depot. So I'm just saying that to you now because obviously we don't control what goes on inside the fence at the Bluegrass Army Depot. Now that was years ago. That was just discussions of potential uses, I guess, once the D-mill and the chemical weapons were destroyed. But I've not heard much about that in a while. So just for transparency.
Okay.
What they said at the last conference, it seemed to me that data centers require a tremendous amount of energy. So you need to be close to a power generating station, which kind of puts us out of the market for data centers because we don't have any power generation stations like Mason County. So that's why they're close to generating stations.
I guess other counties have had that issue as well, but they bring in they want the infrastructure changed.
Yeah.
And they get these ridiculous tax breaks. I read one place, not sure if it's fake media or not, but 50 years of various tax breaks, which is ridiculous in the long term what it gets. So, yeah, electricity and water, I guess, are the big things that put the drain on the local citizens.
I don't think the energy infrastructure is any fake news. I think it's real. So I think what you're saying is true, that you have to have that, to Billy Ray's point. I don't think that's fake news at all.
No, I'm not saying that.
I didn't think I was agreeing with you.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah,
Okay.
I was agreeing with you that that's not fake news.
No,
That's real news.
I understand, but
But there is fake news out there.
Sure, I know there is.
Okay.
I'm just saying that other counties have had to up their infrastructure as far as electricity, power grids, and things like that.
Oh, it takes a tremendous amount. I mean, they're talking about small little nuclear power plants being put into specific places
Exactly.
to power these. So, yeah, no,
Exactly.
absolutely. I'm agreeing with your statement on that.
Mary, do you know, you use Mason County as an example. Do you know if Mason County had like planning and zoning, like countywide planning and zoning? Are these some of these data center companies, are they targeting communities that don't maybe have planning and zoning because it's
I don't
easy?
know.
Yeah.
I can't answer that. That's a good question.
Yeah.
I do think coming up, there's a group that is going to do a workshop on data centers. So hopefully there will be more information.
Is that a local group? Mm-hmm. Is it something you would share with us?
I believe Preserve Madison County has that in the plans.
Okay.
So, obviously it'll be promoted and everybody's welcome to attend.
Okay.
Yeah, I think as a judge executive, and I think the fiscal court, over the past several years have charged, me in sort of day-to-day operations to push for job creation, and to partner with, industries and things that are going to bring jobs to offset the loss of revenue that we're going to be getting out of the depot. And we all know, or I don't know, I won't speak for everybody else, but we can't make it financially off residential rooftops. There's not enough revenue that comes in from property taxes to be able to make it. And so, we want industry that's going to bring a positive impact for generations to come, not a negative. And we want the jobs. And I think that for me, data centers does not do that.
I hope not. Is that the plan for the 800 acres on Lexington Road? Is it an industrial?
Data centers?
No.
No.
Industrial park to get more businesses?
We don't want smokestacks. We want it to be a nice business park. I mean, it's early in the process.
No, but I mean, that's your plan, is to try to get industrial companies in to pay, help with the.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
All
right now, that'd be a regional park. It's a regional partnership with Scott, Fayette, and Berea and Madison County Fiscal Court.
Oh, that's where that's going to go.
As is the one in Berea.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's early. It's very preliminary. I mean, there's a lot of things that's got to take place, but yes.
And I think it's important for whatever group or yourself, Mary, or whoever, ask questions. I mean, this is refreshing to have somebody actually come to court and ask questions. That's what we want. We want to be transparent. We want to tell you what's on our minds, what's not on our minds. And I just find it refreshing that somebody comes to court to ask questions rather than typing on the keyboard.
You may get sick of seeing me here shortly then.
No.
So,
No?
Not at all.
because
No?
I have questions and I'm not usually afraid to ask them, so.
Good. No, absolutely. This is a public meeting.
Okay.
You have every right to be here.
Oh, absolutely.
And I
understand.
encourage you and others to come.
Okay. Well, like I said, you may get tired of seeing me.
This subject, Mary, is something that within the last month or so, I've developed an interest in, because, I'll sit up here and tell you, I don't have a lot of knowledge in it, but I do have interest in it, and I do have interest in learning about it, which I'm pretty sure that we all do. At the last conference that we were at, one of the presenters did talk about data centers and, how that was affecting communities and what some of the pros were, what some of the cons were. It's very interesting. And it is a long list on both sides of it, just to be honest with you. You know, I saw the news. I rarely see the news because I just choose not to. But I did see the thing last night on the news talking about the data centers. And again, it was one that was very interesting, and you know, some of the concerns that people had, you know, the water, the electricity involved in it, you know, and a lot of folks don't know, but the electricity, in some, depending on how it's structured by the electric company, is something that if it's not structured right, that's a cost that can be passed on to the citizens to run the electric to this thing. So that, you know, that's something that we've just learned, you know, here in the last month or so. That's, you know, it's just one of the things you have to protect for, not just for them, but anybody else that comes. So it is an interest to all of us, and I'm glad that you are bringing it up because, you know, it is something we need to do more research on and be prepared for it. Because there are companies, I'm sure, that would, you know, I don't know that Madison County's a prime. We're not, because really they like a more sparse area. But it is something we need to be knowledgeable about when somebody does come and that does knock on our door. So, thank you.
All right.
And
Thank you.
and Mary, it doesn't mean that somebody won't call the codes office, planning and zoning next week and ask, you know.
I understand that.
I mean, that doesn't, just because somebody calls and asks or inquires, you know, it doesn't mean it's coming. It just, those things happen all the time.
Yeah,
Yep.
I just, hope that you all are taking in what we're hearing from other communities about that.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Thanks, Mary.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being here. Anyone else? Public comment? All right, seeing. Yeah, come on.
All I said was,
Jenny
even though it was in a,
Stevens.
what? Jenny Stevens,
Yeah, thank you.
taxpayer,
Citizen,
citizen, long time, only place I've
Property
ever
owner.
lived, property owner, everything.
cousin.
Yeah, cousin, ornery, all that, yeah. Mean. No, just to say that, you know, about that fire station, and I know you're moving one to northern Madison County. However, if it was up to me, I think you should leave some kind of fire station there close for the Takes Creek people and the newbie people and all that. So even if you're using city property in the city, because I think what your EMT, all your stuff there is in the city anyway. And like Billy Ray say, our cities in the county. So I'm going to defend Billy Ray on this one. And he's hard to defend. Not just kidding. But anyway, I understand where he's coming from. But I do want to put my 2 cents in where on that fire station. I think it's great you're getting one in northern Madison County, but I think you're also leaving an empty space when you move it totally out of where you're moving it from. My 2 cents.
And
Thank you.
where do you see that empty space being so I can understand what you're
Okay,
saying?
so you're going to be closing the fire department there on Keeneland, all right? But you got Takes Creek there, you got Newbie, you got Jacks Creek, you got all that area there. Technically, you got to have one come all the way from northern Madison County, or you got to have one come all the way out from
Okay.
Berea.
I was just trying to understand you, and I don't have any disagreement.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to understand to make sure what your concern was.
Oh, well, I just speak, you said if I wanted to speak, I had to come up here.
Well,
not
that's
to
what they
preach out.
say.
Yeah, all right.
Well, it's just so people
I
can
know.
hear on the
All right.
microphone. Yeah, thanks, Jenny.
All right, well,
Appreciate
glad
you.
to see all y'all.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Hey, Jenny, stick around too if you don't mind. Sure. All right. Next is need a motion to pay the claims and approve the transfers.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Master Lockmuller?
Yes.
Master Hughes?
Yes.
Master Bakken?
Yes.
Master Combs?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes. Our next meeting is March the 10th, 2026. That'll be at 9:30 a.m. again on March the 10th. That will be in Berea. That's the first Tuesday of every odd month that we meet at Berea Council Chambers. So again, next meeting, March 10th, 2026 in Berea at 9:30 a.m. I need a motion second to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
Master Hughes?
Aye.
Master Bakken?
Yes.
Master Combs? Yes. Master Lockmuller?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes.